All right, mic works. Mic works. Here we go. Picking up with Suikoden. Suikoden? Suikoden. Go with Suikoden. So where we left off was a lot of inventory management, which is everyone's favorite thing to do. Please tell me the answer. Alright, pushing the start button. Continue the game. Alright, we got ourselves a level 19 pro tag, his new rebel base, and like 20 people in his crew. The end goal is to get 108 people in our crew and to overthrow the shitty emperor. How hard can it be? Alright, so my party right now, Victor, Cleo, Grimio, Camille, Kirkus. So Kirkus is wired right now. But after having done a teensy bit of research, well, first, let's sell some stuff. Look at this guy here, running my vault. Withdraw. So I have a bunch of bullshit here that I want to sell. I actually do want that leather armor. Get some nice armor. Yeah. Okay. So let's just fill up everyone's inventories with junk. I don't know if there's an easier way to do this. I don't see one, so I don't think there is. But hey, bits are bits. Alright, so we want to get rid of this, get rid of this, get rid of this, get rid of this, that, get rid of that. Yeah, I'm making some... I should keep that, actually, now that I think about it. Oh, make sure to equip equipment. Another armor. See, this is why shared inventory is such a good thing in RPGs. Like, I know why, like Beyond the Beyond had individual inventory, because that stemmed from the Shining Force games, which were Fire Emblem knockoffs, and Fire Emblem has individual inventory because it's a tactical great game. Those are all characters with their own things going on. So it makes an amount of sense for them to have their own inventories. But if everyone's in a party together, you have a shared party inventory. I mean, come on. Alright, so keeping that there. No, this is just silly. We don't want to get rid of that. We want to get rid of these. That's a nice sound effect. Yeah, it's a good sound effect. Deal with that later. Okay, so go sell this bunch of crap. Yeah, this is decent money for all this stuff. Wait, so leather armor and leather jacket are different, okay. Yeah, I made a decent amount of cash off of this. That was the right thing to do. Alright, now let's see about this other stuff. Drop, withdraw, so keeping that there, keeping that there. Wait, I have... Oh, no, we're not taking that with me. I should take that with me. Alright, so I guess I'll have... Did I accidentally sell something he was wearing? Oh. Oh well. Guess I'll go sell these boots. Okay. So, that's done with. Let me take a look at this. So... Alright, so I'm going to... put these here.
Hi, Borgie.
Hi there. Alright, so, she also has these. How do you like inventory management?
I don't mind it when it's done properly.
Okay.
Also, what context is it? Is it an RPG? Is it a simulation game?
It's an RPG with an absurd number of party members who each have their own individual inventory slots.
Are you playing Suikoden?
Yes.
Oh. This isn't even the worst one of those in terms of inventory management.
Yeah, no, it's just I spent the last 10 minutes dealing with inventory.
So, Borgie, we've got some F1 news to talk about today.
Yeah, I'm good on F1 for a few months, to be honest.
So, Solomon finally got his dictatorial powers that he was asking for a while ago.
Of course.
And that happened. It can't unhappen. Here's what I said. So, anyways, here's what the thing. This is being done to preserve and enhance the independence of the Ethics Committee by reducing the involvement of FIA administration in its operation. Okay.
Okay, see, you enhance the Ethics Committee by getting rid of the Ethics Committee.
Okay, so here's the sentence where it's like, so they're saying we're doing this to enhance the ethics. Oh, by the way, any ethics complaints will now be overseen by the FIA president, currently Mohammed bin Salman, and the president of the Senate, who is Carmelo Sanz de Barros.
Uh-huh.
As reported by Sky, Sanz de Barros is considered one of Ben Suleiman's close allies. Per the FIA, the committee now has the power to independently assess whether or not to launch an investigation. So good, good, good. Anyways, yes. So, also, Sergio Perez, congratulations. You have won the 2024 World Destructors Championship. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised that second place with Alex Albon, because Albon, I guess, really just had that one bad crash where he completely fucked a Williams car.
I mean, those Williams cars were crashing every other race.
I mean, it wasn't... Yes, but also the one time when the engine blew up totally wasn't his failure. That's just Williams trying to race a tractor.
Yeah. Oh, and Jatsu, no, I found like 20-something stars. There's a long way to go for the 108 stars.
And Colapinto is third, despite the fact that he only raced, what, 4 races?
Oh, I guess so. Yeah, because he had like 2 bad crashes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll do it.
I wonder how Toto feels about that.
Alright, so let me just make sure that my safe scumming is working. Okay. So I need to win a few thousand bits off of this guy so he'll join me. This might take a while. You throw a dice, the one who throws the bigger number wins. Throw 3 dice at one time, and if 2 come out the same, the number on the third die is your score. Move anything except 1 as well as 4, 5, 6 are lucky numbers, but 2 1s and 1, 2, 3 are unlucky. Same number is called Storm. 3, 1, it's very unlucky. You have to pay triple.
I'm excited about next season, though. I'm genuinely excited.
Yeah, it could be fun.
Maybe if Team Papaya can have their racers figure out how to actually take advantage of having the fastest cars on the grid, maybe they can do something about that. Maybe Ferrari's actually figured it out. Maybe. Maybe Red Bull will continue to be a heaving dumpster fire behind the scenes. Maybe.
Uh-huh.
I'm actually excited about next year. I think it'll be a good... I think it will be good. It won't be, Actually, you know, all things considered, I think that this season was not as bad as we predicted, especially after, you know, how it started with Verstappen basically winning everything.
Uh-huh.
And then he started losing a lot, and then he actually had to earn being the champion, and that was kind of fun.
Alright, so if I save scum here, let's try it this way. Since I'm save scumming, I might as well just bet high.
It will be interesting to see. I think the teams that I'm going to watch next year the most, or next season the most, it's probably going to be Ferrari, because I want to see how quickly Lewis Hamilton gets pissed off at Ferrari.
Uh-huh.
And then I want to see what happens when Toto has to deal with his risky signing of Kimi Antonelli.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes.
Because I have a feeling that's going to blow up in his face pretty quickly. Not to say that I don't think Kimi Antonelli can be a good F1 driver, I just think he's too young.
I mean, yeah, I guess it's the max effect. Oh, well, no, yeah, because of how young he was when he came in, and it did take him a few years to get there.
Yeah, it even took Max a few years to get there.
Yeah.
After probably just beat the shit out of him repeatedly until he got there.
All right, so I should have
I
one.
shouldn't have made that joke.
Wait. Oh, about the childhood abuse that Max probably faced.
Probably shouldn't have made that joke.
Yeah, they're all bastards.
We're Nazis.
Or Nazis, yeah. Alright, so I think I've won 4,000 off him? Okay, I just need to win 1,000 more off of him. Oh no, but then he won a bunch off of me. So I guess I need 2,000 more? Let's say I need 2,000 more. Let me save here.
So, now that you've had some time, was there anything from yesterday's Game Awards that actually piqued your interest? Virtual Fighter, Okami.
Yeah, Virtua Fighter's a surprise, because Yu
Onimusha.
Suzuki's working on it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a surprise. Okami is a surprise. The Eco guy putting out a CG trailer that won't turn into anything. It's always fun. I'm surprised.
Well, it won't turn into anything for at least 12 years.
Yeah, I'm surprised that there was no Kojima thing at the Game Awards, because they always do some Kojima thing.
I mean, Kojima was there and they referenced him. But yeah, I guess I'm surprised that the big game reveal was a sci-fi game from Naughty Dog.
Yeah, that one looks weird. I don't know what to make of it, because the whole it seems like they're going with the whole Guardians of the Galaxy aesthetic almost, which it's about 10 years late to be getting onto that aesthetic. So I'm not sure about that. It's a CG concept trailer. We have no idea what the game's even going to be, so we'll see in 3 years what the game actually is.
I mean, Naughty Dog does have the ability to get away with it because other than the PC ports of their games, have they ever released a game that came out at launch hot or busted?
No, I mean it's not that it's gonna. I don't think it'll come out hot. It's just I don't. All right, so let's look at the first games in their whenever they make a new IP. You have what was it? Crash, the first Jack, first Uncharted, Last of Us. So Last of Us came out, Game of the Year. Well, there's nothing else that year really, except for GTA. The first Uncharted's fucked. I will stand by.
It's a bad game. I'm willing to even take the stand that I think that first Uncharted game is an outright bad game.
Yeah, Lionheart's crazy. Uncharted's a bad game. The first Jack had problems. It's definitely the lesser of those first round of PS2 mascot games. I would say the first Ratchet and the first Sly are better than the first Jack and Daxter. And the Crash Bandicoot's fucked. That game's fucked up. That's even for 96, that game was fucked up. So, I don't have... I'm definitely wait and see on it. Just because I personally don't trust Naughty Dog very much.
Why?
I
was there anything in particular that just wet fart? I mean, I guess... You're not a Last of Us person, are you?
No, I think I played the first 2 hours of the first game and didn't enjoy.
It didn't
the
resonate
combat.
with you.
No,
that's
it didn't resonate
fair.
at
I
all.
just think that to.
But the thing is, the Last of Us duology is kind of the exception to the rule with Naughty Dog.
Sure. I mean, I don't necessarily disagree with what you're saying. I'm just saying that I think that they have a pedigree that even if you don't like their most recent work, they have a right to like coast on it or just say, hey, this is the CG trailer. Our last couple of games have been some of the biggest game releases.
Oh yeah, and again, like they can do whatever they want. I'm just gonna reserve judgment until I see something real and until I see what it is
That's
they're actually
fair.
doing. Because I have a very hard time finding Naughty Dog games that I like. And I'm just wary of people jumping onto like the James Gunn aesthetic bandwagon because it, you know, that's done at this point. So I don't think very much about that. Like I'm not going to devote any brain space. Like what was that called even? Like Intergalactic Last Heretic Hunter or something? It's like what Prey 2 should have been.
I don't know.
No, like what's it even called? What's the name of that thing anyway?
I'm sorry. I'm going to an article titled "Everything Announced." Oh, it's not in chronological order. What the fuck, people?
Is this Seika? Where am I?
Fuck this. Why can't you just put the shit
Yeah, this is
in
Seika.
order? Ugh, fuck off. What the fuck? Okay, I'm gonna just do Control F. Heretic. Prophet. Yeah, it's Intergalactic the Heretic Project. Prophet.
Wait, the Heretic Project or Heretic Prophet?
Prophet.
Prophet.
Like,
Okay.
Like Jesus is a prophet.
Okay. Which, again, we'll see what it is. Like, are they making what if Metroid Prime was a third-person melee game? I don't know. Like, I don't know. I don't have any brain space for it.
It's just, I think that
Well,
while I
we'll see
think
again
that a
next
lot of
year.
people do like Naughty Dog, I'm still just like weirded out that that's the game that Keeley ended on. Like
Yeah,
that was
that's
the weird part.
That's. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's Naughty. It's a new IP from Naughty Dog, right? So that's going to be like a decade event. I can see why you like end your show on that.
Really? Like it just feels like oddly enough, more people just want the same old shit. Like they want the proven IPs. Like the fact that of the matter is that one of the most anticipated things were people hoping that fucking Half-Life 3 was going to get announced, and obviously get fucked. Are you
Half-Life 3
people
is never
crazy?
getting announced.
Look, I'm going to take the controversial stance where I think that Half-Life Alyx actually is Half-Life 3, and people need to get over the fact that it's Half-Life 3. Because Half-Life Alyx actually does stuff narrative and story-wise, especially at its end, that basically openly references the fact that it should be treated like Half-Life 3.
Yeah, I'm. Oh, hey, so this is now we found LaPonte's shitty son. Cool. Is chasing women and learning about the world? You're coming with me. I'll beat some sense into you. His ear's getting pulled. LaPonte's shitty teenage son is being escorted back to the rebel headquarters. Alright, where's the Identify shop? But yeah, I'm glad that I checked out the Game Awards after the drunk Harrison Ford ramble.
That was the best part. Like, my guy was just loaded.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
and
no, that was
God bless
great.
him.
That's hilarious. But yeah, I kind of checked out at that point, and I'm glad I did because. Oh, wait, did Astrobot win Game of the Year?
Yeah, I won Game of the Year.
Oh, good for them. So yeah, it's. I don't know. Nothing there really got. None of those announcements got my blood pumping. You know? I feel nothing. I feel nothing, CP. I'm numb to the world.
Of all of the comedy bits that Jeff has subjected us to, I think Waldorf and Statler actually was funny.
Yeah, they actually were allowed to go in there and talk shit about Keeley to his face.
Yeah.
Good for them.
And, you know, yeah, that worked for me, oddly enough.
And, I mean, good on Keeley for, you know...
Well, I mean, he
with it.
he let the guy from Larian say his piece about how, yo, this industry fucking sucks, guys. And then he made a personal statement. So basically what I take from the Game Awards is bullying Jeff Keighley actually gets results.
Yeah, I guess so. Jeff Keighley can, in fact, be bullied.
You should...
What?
You should bully him. Bully him. Continue to bully Jeff Keighley.
Yeah, I mean, so here's the thing. Cyberbullying is bad unless you do it to the right people. That's my hot take. Got them bits. Rolling in the bits. Alright, so apparently these are the last 3 characters I'm going to be recruiting for a while. Because we have some dungeoneering to do. Motherfucker. Some hardcore dungeoneering to do. So do you think Suikoden could have been done on a Sega CD?
Okay. So...
I was thinking about that earlier. Because I know that Beyond the Beyond could have been done on a Sega CD.
So how many Sega CD games were on multiple discs? Was it a lot? Because I know, like, Panzer Dragoon did.
But Panzer Dragoon was a Saturn game.
Okay, but Sega CD titles. Was it common for Sega CD games to have multiple discs?
I'm trying to... I think it happened. There were 2-disc games.
I'm looking this up, too.
Because I think Nova Storm was 2 discs. There's a Lunar. That was like a 3-disc game, wasn't it? I have no idea where I am or where I'm going. Oh, this is new. Alright, Jupo, get the fuck out. Alright, bring back Cleo and Camille. And then we go get some maroons attached. Well, Camille has maroons. So actually playing this out. She has the water rune. Alright, so who has what runes? Where do I see that? Had some hard time finding that. Alright, so he has Soul Eater rune. Alright, okay. These fuckers have runes. So I guess I don't need to go attach runes. So let's go dump these runes off into storage. And then be on our way. Maybe sharpen our weapons a bit. I have the cash for that. Ah, there's storage. Alright, so let's drop.
Right.
Sorry. What is this hex stall do? Okay. Actually, what do these hex dolls do? Antique! I just sell antiques, right? No, I do something with antiques. I forget, but I'm not gonna... I'm just gonna keep those there for now. What do I... That's where I take a bath. I can sharpen weapons here. Yeah, sharpen. So let's see here. Let's... Yep, everyone's sharpened. Okie doke. Alright, now it's time to move on with the story. Wait, is this the wrong level? Do I need to go to the basement? I guess I go, yeah, basement then. Okay. But yeah, I'm largely nonplussed by the Game Awards. I actually thought Bellotro was gonna win, so I'm surprised it was Astrobot. But yeah, I guess you want to do like a big console game. I mean, I'm still having a hard time getting together a list of 10 games I've played that came out this year. So
I think that I think that Bellotro would have been a riskier pick. I think that Astrobot is a safer pick.
Yeah, it's a safe pick. It's like how It Takes Two won Game of the Year that one time. Where it's like, really? That's Game of the Year? But no, it's wait, that was also a family game, wasn't it? Yeah, so they just choose the best family game as Game of the Year. Alright, Keeley, I'm on to you now, you fuck.
Yeah, Astrobot was also best family game, which, okay, I guess, sure.
Yeah, it's you can put that in front of kids and they can play it and it won't do anything messed up to them. I mean, really, family game is just safest game of the year, really, if we're being honest. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I guess the only chink in your armor is the fact that the Game Awards really liked Elden Ring.
Yeah, I mean, Elden Ring was going to win that year, no matter what. It was that much of a
And then Last of
force.
Us also took Game of the Year award.
I mean, Last of Us Part 2, right?
I gotta look this up. Hey.
Because the first Game Award was 2014. So it would have been The Last of Us Part 2.
Sure, whatever you say, Doc.
Oh no, man, I'm too sober to have these kinds of conversations. Where's this elf village? Ah, bird! Oh yeah, so YouTube has been recommending me video essays about obscure Japanese RPGs, which
Is that our fault?
no, I mean that's my fault. But for one, I'm glad that the algorithm is finally showing me what I want to see. But now I have new topics of conversation, like Mark of the Mermaid.
What?
Mark of the Mermaid. It's a horror tactics JRPG from like 1999.
Uh-huh.
You should look it up. It's a bit too wild to
I
explain.
gotta be honest, I saw a video essay that actually pissed me off because I feel like you and I have been like pretty close to like actually writing this out or doing this as a podcast. It is.
This is Madular, right?
No, it's not Madular.
Oh,
I
okay.
forget who it was. It was like the Game Garage or someone like that. And their topic was, here are the most notorious developers from the NES to SNES and Genesis era,
Oh,
and
no.
now I am trying to find the actual good games that they made, the one or two good games that these studios made. So it's
Uh-huh.
like finding the good sports game from Acclaim.
Yeah, it's called Frank Thomas's Big Hurt Baseball.
And then like he had an entire thing about LJN. It's like finding the good LJN game was really fucking hard.
I can imagine that, yeah.
Now trying to pull it up. Okay, yeah, it's the Game Sack.
The Game Sack. That
So
sounds gross.
the four studios he looked at were LJN,
Yeah.
Ocean,
Heh, okay.
Titus,
Uh-huh.
Red Fox Wolf Titus, okay? And
Okay.
then Tierte.
Hirate?
Tiertex, sorry.
I got kobolds here. Alright, how heavy do these kobolds hit? Oh, they take a lot of hits. And they hit hard. Okay, this isn't gonna be fun. Alright. Now, use that. Yeah, everyone gets a level. Probably save. The area beyond this point is under a spell. Without me, you'll get lost. Please stick together. Alright, well, I'm glad I have the elf with me. Yeah, all these Ritos just keep appearing, like literally out of thin air around Protag here.
Protag-kun needs a challenge, man. What do you want? What do you expect?
Like this teleport woods girl just appeared out of nowhere because her teleport went bad. And she's like, "Hey,
Oh, so you're saying the game is priming you for a teleporter problem?
no, as in this is our fast travel girl."
Oh, I know. I played this game.
So girl appears out of thin air, is weird, then disappears back into thin air. Story of my life.
You're married. You can't make that joke anymore.
Ah, yeah. Story of my youth. How about that? That works better. Lack of music in this area is kind of weird. Ah, it's a fairy. It's a holly spirit. Get it? Get it? You get it? You get it? You get it? Tell me if you don't get it.
I got it.
Okay. Oh, rune piece. That's nice. What a nice encounter table. The first battle I hit is 6 kobolds. Like, the third battle I hit is 1 kobold. Gotta love random encounters. Oh, here we go. Alright, so let's... this, and then I'm going to be a fire starter, a twisted fire starter. Oh, the second rune piece. That's nice. Alright, and that's the forest dungeon done.
Yep.
Oh no, all the kobolds are gone. Oh, they live in dog houses. Okay. So these shops are gonna be empty. Yep. Okay. Oh, I don't like those kobold mages. Okay, that doesn't hit that bad. Oh, but they're just laying into one character. Those dicks.
Assholes.
So I'm starting to get the sense that maybe Suikoden isn't the greatest stream game.
Why do you say that?
It's very normal.
I'm not talking to you not because I don't find this interesting or our conversation topics sparse. I'm in the middle of doing something.
Oh, okay. Well, also just I don't have anything to say about the game as I'm playing it. It's like, yep, I'm in the combat encounter.
We've already basically
Combat
exhausted all of our we've already exhausted all of our major talking points about F1. Unless you can think of something else.
No, like what I'm saying is, this game, I don't like. I'm like what?
It's not a conversation piece. I get it.
Yeah, like
I agree.
that's what I'm saying. This game's too normal. It's too okay.
It's like gameplay wise, I think it's definitely more than okay. Are you saying when you say it's too normal, it's too okay that it doesn't have like crazy wacky anime hijinks or bullshit like Square Enix plot twists? Is that
Yeah,
the problem?
like the gameplay works perfectly fine. There's nothing stupid happening. There's nothing to like bitch about. Or there's nothing to like go whoa about. It's like, yep, I'm going and talking to these elves. You know, this is a fantasy adventure where you're going through areas, fighting random encounters. The encounter design is, you know, very normal. Nothing to really write home about, good or bad. It just kind of is at this point. You know, like Suikoden doesn't really get weird and interesting until maybe a couple hours after this point, when you actually have armies marching around. For now, it's just like we're helping these elves because an elf showed up and asked for help. So we're like, okay, sure. Yeah, this isn't anywhere near as bad as like curing Samson's curse, but it still feels like there's not much direction happening right now.
Fair enough.
Oh no, this forest is gonna get burned down. Oh, these elves suck, actually. Okay, everyone healed up. Wait, no, they didn't.
Are you lighting horses on fire again?
Lighting horses on fire?
I don't know, I just assumed that's something you'd be doing.
Not yet.
Alright.
All right. So actually, I have something that I wanted to talk to you about. That's related to
Uh-oh.
the hand egg.
Okay, yeah, the hand egg.
Uh-huh. So I have the list of teams that are not technically eliminated, but they're not leading their division. And you need to tell me how viable them not being technically eliminated is. We'll start with the American Conference because they have fewer teams.
Uh-huh.
All right. So starting from the top, Miami.
Miami,
You know how to say it right. Just say Miami.
they're probably eliminated.
Okay. Baltimore.
Baltimore, they're going to the playoffs.
So you think they're going to be a wild card team? Okay.
Yeah.
Cincinnati.
They're basically eliminated.
Mm-hmm. Indianapolis.
They're probably not going.
The Chargers.
The Chargers are probably going.
Basically, I'm asking you, between the Chargers and the Broncos, who do you think is going to be the other wild card team?
Well, it's going to be the AFC is the Chargers, the Broncos, and the Ravens. And unless
which one?
something weird happens, it's going to be those three.
Wait, there's 3?
Yeah, there's 3
Wild card
wild
teams?
cards. Yeah.
God, I haven't been watching football. I remember when it was just 2.
Back in the old days, when there were only 2 wild cards.
God damn. When did they change that?
A couple of years ago.
The moment you became old.
Yes, the moment you became old.
Ugh. Fuck. Oh, fuck.
Ah,
I hate you all.
Yeah, I can see things that annoy you too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Mr.
Alright,
Miami.
let's, you don't have any stake in Miami.
I
It-
don't.
it-
It's
it's
just when
your-
people say
yeah,
things
your
wrong,
Miami.
it freaks me out. I feel
What
like
the
you're
fuck
trying to like.
Okay, you know what?
change-
Actually, the NFC is not that hard as long as Borg answers this question. What the fuck's happening to the NFC West?
Are those fuckers? When the next football podcast drops, we'll be talking about that, or I'll more likely I'll be cursing about it. They're all mediocre. They're all mediocre.
Good. Fuck them.
That's the answer. One of them has to win. At this point, it's looking likely
Seattle or
it'll,
LA?
it'll be Seattle, maybe LA. No way to know. Well, yeah. I mean, it'll come down to like the last couple weeks, really.
Only
I could
time will tell.
unless Seattle runs away with it in the next 2 weeks. Actually, it's 4 weeks left. So yeah, probably Seattle, but the Rams and the Cards could make a break for it. But yeah, no, that whole division is a mess.
It does always amaze me how quickly the football season comes and goes.
Well, it's 18 weeks plus.
Yeah, but it feels like it just started yesterday.
Back in my day, it was only 16. Considering how easy it is to fuck up your body, that's probably a good idea. I mean, I guess also like it seems like the NFC South is also a disaster.
The NFC South is usually a disaster, in its own special way.
All right, but here's a question: have you recruited enough people to play a game of football in Suikoden?
Yes. Well, no. I still need about 20 more, 25 more, I think.
All right.
Yeah, I do not. I'm not at 53 stars yet.
Need to fill out those special teams.
Yeah, and also you also want depth in a practice squad. So really, we need like 70 guys. You know, but if you want to count like the little children or the innkeeper lady, you know, like if you're gonna have them like be like on the punters or something,
Sure.
then that would work.
I'm sure she could kick.
Yeah.
And just put the children on the line. It's fine. They got to learn sometime, right? Might as well be now.
Exactly.
Okay. So disregarding the NFC South and the NFC West, the other teams that are technically not eliminated, technically, I'm going to start from the bottom and work my way top.
Okay.
The Bears.
The Bears are done. It's over. It's Joe.
The Bears are in the trash.
The Packers.
They're
Fuck
going
'em.
to the wild card. Also fuck.
Fuck.
'em.
The Vikings.
Going to the wild card.
The
They'll
Cowboys.
probably win the wild card.
They're done. They're cooked.
The Commanders.
Going to the wild card.
This was a weird year for them.
Yeah, well, yeah,
Also,
yeah. The Commanders had a better time with Jaden Daniels than anyone thought they would. So they're making like a weird run for it.
Also, I don't know if you saw it, but Randy Moss announced he has cancer.
Jeez,
Oh yeah, I think I saw that.
that sucks.
Yeah, that's no good. All right, so some elf drama happening. Let's talk to the old racist elf.
Is there a young, not racist elf, or just the old racist elf?
The old elf is racist. The young elf who like showed up on our dock isn't racist.
Who's not racist?
This young elf in our party isn't racist, but this old elf is racist.
Oh, is this more Suikoden?
Yeah, it is.
Do you think
How many
people in
Jer-
Japan remember Suikoden and you're like, yo, I wish they made a new one?
I mean,
I'm sure.
I mean, they
there
made
are.
4 of the damn things.
They made 5 of them.
I think they
5
did
of them.
more, yeah.
5 in tactics, right?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. So yeah, there's people with on
Fond memories of
forums
Suikoden.
in Japan who remember Suikoden. Yeah.
Also, the whole gather all 108 party members thing sounds ripe for some kind of gotcha game garbage.
Oh no.
Oh, I guarantee you there's a gotcha for this. It probably
No,
died in
I
like
mean, it
half a
makes
year.
sense, right?
Probably.
Like,
Almost starting with Konami. Yeah.
But no, Konami is remastering the first 2. So like this, they're
Yeah.
doing a little something. They also released there was a Kickstarter for a not Suikoden. What was it? Iuden something?
Oh yeah, Aiden Chronicles.
Aiden, whatever.
Did that come out?
Yeah, it came out. It's apparently okay.
Yeah. All right, that guy sucks. Here's
Oh boy,
Valeria.
YouTube sure is intent on telling me that Marvel Rivals is out.
Oh yeah, did you know that Marvel Rivals is out?
Yeah, Marvel Rivals is out. That's a shame I don't actually feel like playing this game ever.
Yeah, if only there was a Marvel themed Diablo-like dungeon crawler. You know, that might be fun.
Oh, yeah.
Marvel. Are you referring to Marvel Ultimate Alliance, or is there a different thing you're referring to?
There actually is a different thing.
There are different things. There's been more than one.
I don't keep up with Marvel stuff, so I don't know which one
There
is
was
it.
there was a Marvel Heroes. It was basically like MMO Ultimate Alliance.
Yeah, it was
That
basically
lasted
like
like
10 years.
Diablo-like.
What was the strategy game that Braden really likes?
Midnight
Sun?
Suns. Yeah.
Midnight Sun,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's like the card-based tactics game.
Yeah,
Right?
it has the Persona shit in it, and that's why I'm not gonna play it.
Oh,
You
wait,
don't want to romance Logan.
No, I don't.
wait, hold on. Like, there's like
Neither does anyone else. as it
social
turns
links,
out.
and you get to romance.
Yes, that's
Like-
Marvel Midnight Suns. It's
Oh.
a fire emblem. It's a fire emblem.
Oh, I thought there was card bullshit in there.
It's-
It's a fire
There
emblem.
is.
Oh,
There is
okay.
shit in there too, I think.
They just at some point they just threw all the bullshit inside.
Yeah, it's not. Apparently, it works despite all that, but I'm just not. I'm not gonna
So-
social link. I'm not gonna social link Blade.
Wait, are you telling me you're not going to social link with Ghost Rider?
It sounds like
really?
you're interested in playing this.
I mean, yeah. Now that I know there's social links in it, like a Marvel dating sim. Yeah, sure. I'll look at that.
I don't know if it goes to. I don't know if it goes as far as a dating sim. ZP, do you have any insight into this?
I'm sorry, I came back because Braden's been asking me some questions. What's the question?
Does Marvel Midnight Sun allow you to romance characters?
Why would you
This-
want to date? Why would you want to date someone like Blade?
Oh, why wouldn't you?
Honestly, there's not much in the way of romance.
Oh,
What, you
okay.
don't like Blade?
You don't want to romance Ghost Rider?
There's a little bit of like flirty stuff, but like you find out that some of the heroes actually have crushes. Like you find out that Blade actually finds Captain Marvel hot.
Oh, okay. Sure.
I
It
mean,
just
I
makes
would
you
imagine
more or less
most people would
interested.
find Captain Marvel hot.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's,
there are a lot of people that find Captain.
Understandable position.
Yeah, so there's elf drama happening.
Like, geez, did you see her old freaking costume? Like, that thing was basically just fucking... Like, what the fuck was that?
That's comic books. Have you ever read a comic book?
I have, actually. I used to read a lot in the 90s, and then I stopped when I went to high school. And it turns out it was good because they just made a bunch of stupid decisions.
You see, I
One
actually,
more
I
day.
actually started reading comics when I went to high school. That's when everyone got into comics.
I read them in, like, elementary school from probably, like, grade 5 to grade 8.
But then
I think
again,
I would have stopped roughly just after the Clone Saga ended, finally.
okay, I think everyone, when I grew up, hopped on board around like the New 52.
I
New
actually read the
52
New
is
52.
pretty recent. Actually,
Yeah,
it's not. It's like
that-
10 years ago. But you know what I mean.
No, the New
No, the New
52
It's like
52
12 years ago.
was like 14 years ago.
It's 12 years ago. 12.
No, 14
Yeah.
years ago.
No, like it was like
It's like
2011 or
New
2012.
52
so yeah.
was 2011.
Yeah,
so
2011,
you-
13 years
You guys are
years
being, you are off your fucking rockers saying that that was.
It's newish.
That's.
Listen, just because I may have...
Gauntlet is new because it wasn't silver or bronzy. That's like
Just
what
because,
you're
like,
doing. Something that's
I
over 10
technically
years old is
covered like
cool.
events where they were talking about that over 10 years ago. I just
Yeah,
don't want to think
you've
about
been
it,
doing.
okay?
You did that a long time ago.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I don't enjoy being the person to point that out to you.
I
Okay,
may
I
or
was-
may not have
listen,
helped interview Dan Slott talk about how like, ooh, it's not actually Spider-Man, but it is Spider-Man.
Listen, don't worry about it. Having someone call New 52 recent also made me feel not so old.
See, I'm actually trying to make you
Because I
feel
was
better.
like, hey, wait a minute, didn't that come out while I was in college?
Listen, I gotta make you guys feel better once in a while. It's the Canadians' duty to make you feel better about yourselves.
Okay. Ah, Stallion escaped. They should have thought that before they opened the door. Oh, he's gone. Oh well.
I feel like there's some patronizing going on there, and Canadians making Americans feel better about themselves.
Well, the Canadians will shut off the gas soon, so that'll be something.
We don't have gas. We send you hydroelectric power.
Doug
Hey.
Ford said that he's going to send less energy to us, despite the fact that that would ruin Ontario's economy.
I mean, the
It
tariffs
wouldn't
would also be
ruin
bad
it.
for it.
But it would probably, not be great. If I'm being perfectly honest, Ontario Hydro's like a giant money pit.
Yeah, Kathleen Wynne ruined any hope of an opposition party ever forming in Ontario after fucking up a public utility company.
Basically. It's like, yo, what are you doing? like,
We're privatizing your power company. It's like, what?
like, please stop. Everyone was like, please stop. Even the conservatives were like, yo, what the fuck are you doing? Like, when the conservatives are like, yo, what the fuck are you doing? You
Should probably stop doing it.
should probably stop doing it.
And now the crack addict's brother is in charge, and he's basically got a supermajority.
Mm.
Yeah, actually, that's the one thing. The Ontario Liberal Party is basically gone. Like, it doesn't fucking exist.
Actually, last time I checked, I think the Libs actually had more seats than them. Or not the NDP.
The NDP. Yeah, the NDP has way more seats than them. Like, they don't have party status right now. They don't actually get any government funding whatsoever anymore. Like, they gotta pay their own bills when they try to do caucus meetings and shit. Like, the government doesn't pay for that anymore because they're that sad.
So are you enjoying Suikoden right now? Or
It's a game that where the party management and all of the tinkering behind the scenes requires concentration, which is something that is hard to give on stream without just going
Well,
silent.
That's what we're here for, to talk while you just figure out what the fuck you're doing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We talk about Canadian politics, and you try to figure out Suikoden.
yeah. The best part about
Yeah.
Canadian politics is when Royal Canadian Air Force used to be around and they used to fire a chicken cannon at pictures of politicians. That was cool.
Okay.
It is exactly what you think it is. It is a cannon that shoots chicken.
Yeah, that's a chicken cannon. Wait, the chicken's already dead and plucked, right?
Yes, the chicken's already dead.
Okay, that's good. All right.
No, you
so,
just
Dwarf Trail.
They didn't just fucking stuff a living chicken into a cannon and shoot it at photos of politicians on live television.
That's good.
Hmm.
The CRTC pays for a lot of things, but they wouldn't pay for that.
So, I've been watching Magellar's videos on Ultima while, just doing chores around the house and stuff. Would do you think that
That son of a bitch.
Ultima at this point was still influencing JRPGs?
Absolutely not.
Not after Ultima 4.
I'm probably gonna repeat what Borg is gonna say. I can't watch Magellar anymore because he keeps making videos that are like theses that I keep meaning to publish as blogs. Like, it's upsetting me seeing this.
Yeah, like seeing him do our shtick better than I could ever do is the most upsetting thing imaginable.
I'm sorry.
That son of a bitch is too good at what he does. His videos are too good.
I mean, quite frankly, he has the same problem that every YouTube essayist who makes hour-plus long videos about video games has, and that's that he spends far too much time summarizing anything.
You know what?
Like,
All right, you know what? I'm not mad about that. There's a reason why I never published my Kingsfield 3 write-up. Because it ended up summarizing the entire story of the trilogy.
I understand why you would fall into that writing trap, but if you ever want to become a better writer, my first thing to say is, be careful of how much you're summarizing. That's usually when I lose interest.
It's also really hard to not
I know.
summarize certain things.
I'm
It's
aware.
just easier to do.
I was an English literature major. I'm aware.
No, and then honestly, like, I do spend a lot of time thinking about like who actually is going to read my stuff, and
Manburger.
I do believe that it's.
I mean,
Yes, but
that's what I tell
also-
myself.
But even then, like, when you interact with the people who are actually commenting, they're like, I did not have any fucking clue what this was about.
I mean, Lionheart, I've already been replaced by a chatbot. Anyway, continue.
But yeah, it's like, I kind of still need to do that. I still need to keep in mind that I can't just say something like, it's a blobber, and then assume that anyone knows what the fuck I'm talking about.
What if you say it's a blobber, and then you explain what a blobber is, and then you explain where the term blobber came from, and then you tangent into the first blobber, and you start talking about all the blobs, and you just start talking about the movie The Blob, and the X-Men The Blob, and then you realize it's the year 2045, and you've wasted your life.
It doesn't help that they don't really make blobbers anymore. Like,
I just threw that out as an example. I'm not even saying
Yeah, I know.
that
I know.
happens way more often than you think. Even for stuff as simple as like, it's a turn-based RPG. It's like,
I know,
well,
I got no
is it a
experience with that.
vertical perspective? Is it an isometric perspective? You kind of do need to
Certain
summarize
things, like
stuff.
some of
no,
those things don't matter. Like whether
not saying-
a turn-based RPG is isometric or
It does matter.
3D or
It actually
also-
absolutely matters.
Also, that particular detail is one you can get out of the way very quick by just saying it's an isometric turn-based JRPG. I'm not saying don't summarize it all, right? I'm not saying assume your audience knows everything about the thing you're talking about. I do think that like Magellar and Noah Cobbler-Gervais and all those that whole ballpark of YouTuber, they just have a habit of falling into way too much summary, and
Yeah.
you can absolutely have way
Sure.
too much.
You can
That was
tell
one thing, like, when I
even-
still did reviews and whatnot, is that sometimes I would just run into that problem too, and then I would just make sure, okay, I'm going to read this again before I publish anything or I send it to the editor, and
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
just
you
going to
always-
edit it. I'm just going to say, okay, well, you know what? I don't need to put this in.
Yeah, I mean, you always self-edit. Well,
Yeah, and I'm
Hey,
also
Brayden,
not.
we're talking
I'm also talking about writing.
something I relate to.
I'm also not saying it's easy. It's absolutely not easy to avoid summary, but it will make your writing better.
Yes, I agree.
Right.
I just find sometimes, like, for me, like, if I keep trying to stop myself from summarizing, I end up giving myself writer's block, so my way of doing things was to just fucking write and write and write, and then when I'm done, I would just say,
Basically
okay,
me too.
this is too much summary. I'm gonna remove
Yeah.
this.
Cutting room
This is
floor.
unneeded. I would get rid of this.
What I'm saying is those
And then I
YouTube
would get paid
essayists.
like $20 and then be sad.
Yeah, what I'm saying, those YouTube essayists need an editor.
They do.
Hi, Braden. Do you need an
I want
editor?
one that makes them sound or look like Philip DeFranco. Just cut,
Mm.
cut, cut. Hi, it's me.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi. So,
How are we doing?
how does Twitch on TV/Arbitrary Water feel about self-editing?
So here's the thing. As someone who has written exactly 2 things in the last year, I guess 3 if you count my late Game of the Year blog,
Yeah.
which came out in January. When I'm writing a blog, I usually don't edit it. I
Wait,
will
you
look
don't?
through it once, make sure that obvious like repetition and cruft is gone,
Really?
but
I need to do it just because I think that like, I read over my work an embarrassing amount of times, and I still get caught up when I notice a typo or a grammatical error.
You know what? It happens. You don't need to feel bad about it.
I think my guilty thing that I'm still doing compound sentences without those commas.
Yeah, I mean,
my
commonplace
thing
is
is I
hard.
just don't type properly. I was never taught how to type in the right way, so I type fast, but not as fast as I could if I just, learned properly.
Once you get past a certain typing speed, it doesn't matter. If you can type fast enough to play an MMO and do text chat, it doesn't matter. My problem is with commas is I use too many of them.
Yeah, it's easier to do.
That doesn't come across in Discord chat because that's all I ever write anymore is Discord chat. But when I was writing in college and the few times I wrote a blog for Giant Bomb, it's comma central.
It's hard. Knowing when to use commas. That's why I throw in semicolons to keep people on their feet.
semicolons make me feel like a fancy lad because I know how to use them correctly.
Yes.
However, semicolon.
However, no, semicolons are not however.
I know, but people do it all the time with that.
Yep. No, semicolons are you are starting a new thought.
But it's still related enough to the
It's
last
still
thought
linked.
that you
To
can
remain
put
in the
together.
sentence. Yeah. Good. I'm good at
What if
Good
you
in
came
English.
to the dark side and instead of using the semicolon, you do what I do? What if you started doing dashes and end dashes instead?
What's wrong?
Oof, you're going down like a tricky road there because if you use more than like one every 2 paragraphs, it looks weird.
I don't have a problem with I don't have a problem with most writing hangups. The grammar problem that I have, or the syntax problem really, is the Oxford comma. Use the Oxford comma. Don't drop it out.
I
It
use the
looks-
Oxford comma.
It looks bad to not have that last comma there, and it reads poorly. I have opinions about this for some reason. I don't know. I just
You were an
hate it.
English major, that's why.
I just hate it when I read a list and the last comma isn't there. Anyway, here's ZP to tell me about what is it? There's several different literary guidelines. Some of them don't.
I was raised off of Chicago and Turabians, so
Yeah, well,
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, I also mostly Chicago style.
I'll tell you this: those psychology majors and using that APA shit, man, that shit was easy to learn because it is so much simpler. But I also kind of hate how they do notes.
How do they do notes?
It's just the author, comma, year of the publication that you're trying to cite in parentheses. That's
Honestly,
it.
that's pretty simple. It's not that bad.
Yeah, it's not enough info.
Yes, but it's enough that you could say, "Well, I gave you the thing. Figure it out yourself." It's really
That's-
passing the buck. That's what it is.
That really is basically APA in a nutshell. Is I'm gonna do exactly the minimum, and you're gonna have to figure out the rest.
Yeah, that was always the thing that like kind of annoyed me. It's like, oh yeah, find all these sources and then source them all at the end. It's like, Jesus Christ, how much work this is. Like, fuck, man. It's like I wanted to do this for a living or anything. Actually, I did. It's just I learned very early on that there's no way I can make a living off of it.
Yeah, turns out no
see-
one wants to pay anyone to write anything.
No, writing is useless now, especially now because
Now that robots
they
can
don't
do it
even
for
need
free.
you to churn out SEO listicle clickbait anymore.
But what if we continue to make the listables?
You could continue to make the listicles.
You can
What if we
continue to
started
make
our
the
own
robots will
website
learn off of them
and,
and make
and
the
SEO,
made
yeah,
our
and
own
then-
bespoke listicles? What if we did that?
Yeah, and then the robots can copy you, can
Yeah.
steal all of your work and write their own garbage listicles.
Yeah, top 10 worst adventure game puzzle listicle win. You tell me, and then I won't read it because those things infuriate me.
Anyway, I do think that it should be possible to make a living off of your writing.
It
But
should
also-
be.
Not in
also
IGN
right now
anymore.
it's
If you
not.
saw the headlines.
Oof.
Also worth noting, throughout the vast majority of history, anybody that wrote, especially writers that we remember, usually did it as a side gig. Like, it was rarely anybody's main job. Could
Yeah.
we create
Is
proper
there an
guides
alternate
for
way to
OS?
consume YouTube, Lionheart? You don't want to look at it.
It's called a law school. It's not helping WWK.
I want to write something interesting.
No. You're not allowed.
Just
Technical.
write
It's all technical
case
writing.
law. You know, just write case law, and then like infuriate a bunch of people, and then you're fine.
Learn how to write, law summaries.
Yeah, go be a technical writer, and get paid like $50,000 a year.
I took some technical writing classes.
Yeah. Like if you want to know the dark thing is that so essentially like games writing has been replaced by like YouTube basically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but the difference is that a lot of people doing YouTube also aren't getting paid.
That's
Yeah.
true.
No one's getting paid. Like, that's the problem. Is yeah. It's like no one's
if I-
getting money.
I remember towards the beginning of, I think it was either this year or last year, several YouTubers I was following posted a video saying like, hey, I didn't make as much money this year as I did last year. So, I mean, that's mostly because the pandemic, I'm not gonna say ended, but like people started
People-
ignoring it.
People are living their lives more now as opposed to like
Yeah, as
burning
opposed
out
to just
bunkers.
staying bored at home.
Yeah, and just like watching YouTube on repeat because they've already consumed all the stuff on Netflix and or Disney Plus or Hulu.
Or just because it's easy to turn on YouTube garbage and not think for an hour and a half.
Yeah, the thing about YouTube is I feel like it absolutely just replaced TV as you just turn it on and then like you
It-
hit autoplay and it just keeps playing bullshit at you.
Yeah.
Somewhere a while ago, I called YouTube my generation's trash television.
Oh, it
And
absolutely is.
yeah, I'm gonna stick with that.
I mean, it was
I mean, frankly, it's replaced
Everyone
trash
who's
TV
been
from
around-
parents as well.
yeah. Well, no, my parents know because they don't know how to use computers, so
It took me forever to convince them to drop cable.
My parents
Uh,
still refuse to do that.
so my parents dropped cable, but I gave them an IPTV box, and that's why.
Mm.
So it's basically just here's an IPTV box. It gives you every channel that's in Portuguese. Stop paying $150 a month for cable.
For my dad, it's still the simple fact that,
Sports.
yeah, sports, and also in particular, blackouts for local sports for the teams he actually cares about. Because
So fun
all
fact
this-
about IPTV is that you get all the sports because
Not
they're
in the United States.
My parents got Sling.
no. Trust me, this isn't your like. Oh, I went to like get Sling TV. This is like some dude in a garage sells this shit, and
Oh,
it's
yeah.
just got fucking like a bunch of channels from Germany. plus like all of the ESPN channels and a bunch of other shit. You're like, oh, okay, well this is weird, but it works, so fuck it.
Sounds pretty illegal.
That sounds
dude.
like piracy.
Probably is.
Piracy is good and cool. That
It's
is
like
the
it's
official
like in
stance of
Canada
this
where we
channel.
follow those satellites.
Oh, wait,
Someone I
I've
know
seen
who
these.
lives in Canada and enacts widespread blatant piracy.
I've seen these.
Justin
They're
Trudeau.
basically. Yeah, I've seen these. They're basically like a stick you plug into your television. You just get everything.
Yeah, you get every fucking
Yeah.
channel from every country.
That sounds like a Cody box.
Yes, but it's in channels. Like it's literally channels as opposed to like you hitting, like, it's not like video on
Okay.
demand.
So somebody heavily special. Somebody took Cody and cracked it open and wrote something that looks a lot like a TV channel.
You know
No,
what? Brayden?
it's not even that. It's literally I'm getting
know
like I
what's
could
the most
go to
disappointing part about this
TSN, I could go
weekend?
to ESPN One, I could go
Okay.
to Fox, I
You're
could
not
go to
gonna be
FX.
watching Garzies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know.
Why would you watch Garzi's Wing again?
It's such a magical work of art.
No,
I
it's
thought
not.
I thought you were gonna play other EM.
I was,
Oh, okay.
But with the Nime here.
Fair enough.
but then I decided to see what you were doing.
Oh, I'm not doing it. The Borgmaster's
I'm
doing it.
playing that there, Suikoden.
Oh, the second highest rated game by Off the Deep End.
Yes.
Suikoden 1. Okay.
What happens
Yeah,
if you
he's
play
doing it.
Suikoden 2? Does it go to number 2 or does it go to
No,
number
I
1?
think Suikoden 2 would probably be the number one game.
Yeah, I mean, Off the Deep
Is-
End doesn't exist to rank good games. So when a good game
Yeah,
shows up,
We
it
aren't
just
here
automatically.
to rank beloved classics.
Is Might and Magic 6 still on the top?
Sure is.
I mean, that's a game
Mm.
people enjoy.
Yeah, when are you gonna play Might and Magic 6, Borgmaster? Listen, if Off the Deep End can enjoy it, surely you can.
Off the Deep End has different genre tastes than I do, let's say.
You are part of Off the Deep End, you nonce.
Wait, doesn't nonce mean something much more rude?
Probably. It's just a
Well, the
funny word to
syllabus.
say, and it's British.
I think you just call me like a. Yeah, don't call people that.
Okay.
I mean, he didn't call you the C word, which British people say all the time.
The derogatory form of the word nonce means a person convicted of a sexual offense, especially child molesting.
Yeah, that's what
Okay.
that's what I thought. Like, you just call me a pedophile,
We're
you
not doing that
motherfucker.
one.
You fucker.
Brayden,
I'm
did
gonna
you
get
even know that?
I
Did you
just
not
knew it
know
was
that?
a British word.
Oh,
Don't say things you don't know the meaning of.
Be a fucking pedophile, apparently.
Jeez,
yeah, you've repeatedly called me that term also, so I.
yeah, so Relkin came in at the right time, and was automated for it.
So Relkin, for context, Brayden came in here and called Borgmaster a nonce, and then ZP was like, "Do you know what a nonce is?" And so I googled nonce, and
then that's how we get here.
the derogatory definition of nonce is a person convicted of a sexual offense, especially child
You
molesting.
see, Relkin said no context, he just gave context.
Oh, well, I didn't see him say no context. I'd already switched tabs to nonce, so I could read that out loud.
Alright,
sorry.
moratorium, no one says that word.
Okay.
I've already forgotten what that word means.
Well, don't say it anyway.
I'll go to my corner.
Just say rube. Rube is like, you know, it sounds almost sophisticated, so it makes it people, you know, it makes people feel worse. I find.
You know, I think that
dangerous.
there's some origins to calling people a rube that... you know, whatever. Sure, go ahead.
Is there something bad about rube? I just don't know if
All
there is.
weird derogatory phrases are like secretly racist against like the Irish.
Or like something horrible about the Roma, or something anti-Semitic, yeah.
Okay, so should we just start calling people the limeys? That way
boy,
we're just being
this
derogatory
There we
has
go.
towards the
gone
British?
places.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, bring back anti-Irish racism. Go ahead, Jatsu. Be my guest. Yeah, that shut you up real fast, huh?
Ha ta 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 ta.
Wait, isn't limey anti-British racism?
That's anti-British.
Yeah, it's not Irish.
Oh,
Irish don't
okay.
have the limes. The British have the limes.
Oh, yeah.
What are some of the French terms for the British?
Limey was one of them.
They you just call them dogs? I don't know.
That's not creative enough.
Yeah.
I just assumed they went ho 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 and like laughed and walked away or something. I don't know.
Oh, you silly English
Oui,
mob.
oui, monsieur.
Is there a list of derogatory terms for British people? Let's find out.
As a non-US citizen, I didn't know cops were pigs. Yeah, no, like you see a cop, you go, "Sweet." That's what you do when you see a cop. Go ahead and do it. It's good and cool.
It definitely doesn't end poorly for you, ever. Well, I found a list of
Okay, yeah.
things.
Go ahead and read this list of slurs
Can
on
you
my
just say
stream,
any of
you
them?
motherfucker.
No, I need to
No.
get to the. I need to get to the British part, because right now I'm at the
Oh.
part that's very
Oh.
offensive for other
Yeah.
people.
Okay. How
Oh,
about
hang on,
God.
yeah.
I think
Should
we're
I even
making Zeke
archive
very
this?
uncomfortable.
Maybe
No.
archive this.
Maybe
Yeah,
leave
can we
this
not?
conversation
Actually,
alone.
yeah.
I am not going to
Florida's
say
gonna
any
get
of them.
banned in the
Just some of
British.
these, it's like, what
listen.
is this?
British people have no power. They can't
British
hurt
people-
me.
British people have a
The Queen is
an
dead. She
economy.
can't hurt you anymore.
Yeah, for
No,
now.
they don't.
The British?
No, they
I was
don't.
about to say,
Not anymore.
There's a
British-
question mark at the end of
UK
it.
exists to launder money for Russian oligarchs.
What about fish and chips?
All right, so Relkin has the idea of using PG-rated insults from previous decades.
Oh,
Yeah.
frack.
No, but like long
Okay.
before that, call someone like a Nimrod, a
Wow.
Dunderhead,
Oh,
a
you
nincompoop.
palooka.
So there are
Uh,
exactly
yeah,
three,
numbskull, you
three
knucklehead.
derogatory terms for British people.
Oh, there's more than that.
Well,
There's
there's like,
British.
specifically there's three. There's three.
Okay.
You
One of them is
scallywag.
basically just Argentinians calling the British people pirates.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
All right,
The
Relkin.
Australians just start saying weird syllables at you, and everyone else just says limey.
All right, Relkin, don't call someone a milksop.
That's not a thing. That's not real.
I mean,
that sounds like it's probably extra offensive.
Yeah, like no one knows what that is, but it sounds offensive. So maybe just stay away from that one.
Don't. I mean, I can think of some.
Okay, so there are more derogatory things for people from the UK, but it's
Oh,
more towards the
boy.
Welsh, and I'm not going to say what
Oh no! Don't
Okay.
do that to the Welsh.
Yeah, we're not gonna.
What do you
We're not
mean
gonna
to the
mess with the
Welsh?
The
Welsh.
Welsh already have enough problems,
they do. They have a
like
lot of problems.
dragons,
And speaking Welsh.
and the Welsh
That's
language.
a weird language. I feel like that language is specifically invented to mess up British tongues.
That
I
that was the
mean,
like
all-
original language of the island.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Also, Irish
I
is
know.
like really hard to follow
Yeah.
for me.
it's just a reminder that English is like
like a
It's
fucking
like
colonial
11
language.
people watching your stream right now.
I'm just feeling
Hi,
that
everyone.
Double digits.
Relkin must have said that thing about me in a British accent. You know, about me being a right milksop right now. What is
you're
that?
a
Oh,
right milksop right now.
How are you gonna explain this to the people who have? You have two people in
Hello,
your chat that are
welcome
new.
to
I bet.
twitch.tv.
Oh wait, there are. I don't see anyone
Generation
new.
Gaming.
It's
You have 11
Relkin and
people.
Lionheart.
You have 11 people watching your stream right now.
Hi everyone, welcome to Suikoden. I'm on the dwarf trail. I gotta go talk to the dwarves because there's an imperial guy who wants to burn down this entire half the continent. And the elves are completely useless.
What?
And
So there's. I've gotten to the American section,
Yeah. What did they call
Uh-huh.
them?
and one of them is just American. They just forgot the part.
Yeah.
And
I've
that's
seen
derogatory.
this.
Derogatory?
Yeah.
Sure.
Los
Okay, look.
Mexicanos.
look,
America.
Anyway,
Relkin,
Yankee,
just
go
because I'm a
home.
cad, alright, doesn't mean... Actually, no, yeah, you can go ahead and call me a cat, I don't care.
you see, when someone says cat, I just think of AutoCAD.
Oh god, don't call me that.
You're an AutoCAD? Okay. You're a computer program meant for modeling things?
You know, I don't want to admit to anything on stream about that.
Mm-hmm.
I've never. See, or we just go back to like Old West swearing, where like the worst thing you could call someone was like, you hell man. You don't go to church on Sundays.
You could. Anyway, so moving on.
All right. Yeah.
Anyway.
So now everyone says their favorite slur. Their favorite slur. Starting with ZP.
Take a fan.
ZP, what would you like to talk about, ZP, unrelated to
Take a
this?
fan. There, that's my favorite slur.
Sega fan, okay.
Oh, come on.
How do you feel about Virtua Fighter?
What?
How do you feel about Virtua
So,
Fighter?
how much do you think VF6 will revolutionize the fighting game genre?
I think it will be nice to have competition in the 3D space again, instead of it just being Tekken and nothing else.
I have found what the French used to call the British.
Oh.
Les goddams, which just translates to goddamn.
Yeah,
I mean,
that works.
fair.
That's fair.
enough.
Yeah,
Les
les goddams.
goddams.
Oui, oui. Les
Sacre bleu.
goddams British.
Yeah.
Do we reckon Onimusha? What are the chances Onimusha is going to be a fixed camera angle action game?
None, zero. Sadly, no, it's gonna be a parry
going
game.
to be a
Parry game.
Souls adjacent action game.
Yeah,
because that's what video games are.
that's all games are these days, right? Like there's
Yes, all video game is farming sim
and parry, man.
And
parry.
Souls
You parry
games.
everything.
And occasionally.
You either farm
to
or
be
you
fair,
parry
you
everything.
can parry everything in original Onimusha.
But parrying
Sure.
wasn't the main combat mechanic. That's the thing.
I had to do a lot of parrying as genre no.
I mean that's just genre knows day-to-day life.
God, that game is so good. Even with all of those fucking slide tile puzzles that made me want to kill myself.
Wait, so Rocket's saying, as tentatively excited as I am for Naughty Dog doing something new, I don't think I've sighed harder or rolled my eyes harder than learning about The Last of Us Part 2. Yeah, doing a Part 2 is weird.
I need to know
but
what
that's
that
in the
is,
past.
because I need to know what that is, because here's the thing.
We just had this talk.
Yeah, we had this talk like an hour ago.
Oh, well, Naughty Dog has been making Uncharted over and over for almost 20 years now, so
What?
the first Uncharted, everything they've made is a linear 3D action game.
Oh. I mean,
And
they've been
pretty
doing
much
that
in that
since,
style.
since Crash Bandicoot. It's literally a linear 3D action game.
Yeah, but like it's a
literally
linear.
linear.
third-person
You're going in a
linear-
you're going in a line.
A linear third-person shooter.
Oh, okay.
There. I guess Uncharted Lost Legacy and Last of Us Part 2 had a lot of like wide open areas.
You know, yeah, linear open, I guess would be the term.
This list on Wikipedia is so funny because some of them just say what it is and then it has in parentheses next to it offensive.
You're looking at this, huh?
And some of these don't have offensive, so I guess some of these aren't offensive.
But yeah, Relkin, I feel similar to you about this new Intergalactic. I'm just not gonna put any brain space in it until
I'm
I
not
actually know what
going
it
to.
is.
At some point, Naughty Dog will make a video game I like again.
Yeah, that's pretty much. Yeah.
How many video games has Naughty Dog made that you like?
Crash Bandicoot,
Not the
Crash
first one.
Bandicoot 2,
The first one's so bad, man.
Cortex
first one's-
Strikes Back, Crash
2 and 3 are
Bandicoot 3
good.
Warped, Crash Team Racing, and then I've never played Jak and Daxter.
Yeah, but Lionheart, that's different melee in The Last of Us.
See, the correct time to play Jak 2 is when you're like 13 and you're like, this is edgy.
As
he
we all
talks
know, I
now.
love to
Talk
edge,
back to your mom.
etc., etc., etc.
And
Joking
the
about
first-
masturbation.
The first line Jak says in Jak 2 is, I'm gonna kill Baron Praxis.
Yeah.
I've played that game a few times
Listen,
when I was a
Shadow
kid.
the Hedgehog is an example for all of us.
Didn't Jak 2 come out before Shadow the Hedgehog?
Yes.
Yeah, but Jak 2 came out after Sonic Adventure 2.
I wonder if Jack 3's story actually holds up, because that one they lowered the angst by a lot.
Yeah. Well, yeah. There's thesis, antithesis, and synthesis. And Jack 3 is synthesis.
Listen, Jack and Daxter has the PS2 era Prince of Persia tone progression.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just goes off.
Hey, it's a
the fucking
kobold.
cliff
Oh, it's
into
just
the
kobold
angst.
again. Oh, he's going on his own hero's journey. He doesn't want us involved because he's a puppy boy.
Yeah.
Better
You can
kidnap
thank
him.
D&D for making kobolds lizard people instead of little dogs.
Thanks, D&D.
And that was 3rd edition.
Pearl Mimi is no Gingin. Who's Gingin again? I'm sorry, Relkin.
I think Gengen's in the second one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm not as far down the JRPG hole as I want to be.
I know a guy.
So there's a name here for Welsh people that I would not be able to pronounce.
Yeah,
that's
well,
not
then
surprising.
don't try.
I can't. It starts with an H, immediately goes to a W, and then immediately goes to an
Okay.
N.
Nope. That's
where's
that's
that-
Welsh.
Where's that video where there's a weather reporter who like
Yeah.
says the name of a Welsh town and it's like 40 letters long?
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Oh,
I've seen that.
I'm gonna. Here you go. I'm gonna post this in his chat. And
When I
you
see
should watch.
Welsh words, it just looks like it looks like
you should
people
watch-
just removed all the fucking vowels or something. What happened?
You should watch this video I just posted in the chat.
Vowels were given to us by God.
Yeah, Jatsu, thank Roman imperial colonialism for giving Europe vowels. Along with horrors beyond comprehension. You know, it's a give and take.
Anyway, you should watch that video, Yahtzee.
Speaking of horrors beyond comprehension,
Other M.
um,
Do you want to start streaming? Because
I can, yes.
I mean,
What the fuck is that?
What that word that town name?
Eagle Man.
Once again, Wales. You don't hear about them as much because they don't want independence as badly as Scotland. But they're still a different subspecies of British.
Don't word it that way.
Subclass,
No.
archetype.
So bad. Sure.
Area of the British Isles.
Like I would just
Sure.
point out that the Welsh and other sub-communities in the United Kingdom have faced like institutionalized discrimination and
For
just
like 1,000
complete
years.
shitty
Like,
poor treatment.
I try a lot more than that.
I know it's been about 1,000 years since the Conqueror came
Yeah.
through for Wales.
Yeah.
So they've been at it for a millennia.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks, William the Conqueror. Thanks,
Wales is nothing
Normans.
but haunted towns and decrepit cathedrals. I believe that.
Yeah, that's true, actually. Oh, hey,
I've
look,
been to
it's the
Wales,
first
actually,
town
so
from
yes, that
FF6.
checks
It really is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Except the music is happier and there's less snow.
Now, how do I... Oh,
and-
there's a
and
six.
fewer mechs.
For now. These dwarves are normal-sized. I'm just saying.
I mean, dwarves are medium-sized creatures.
I'm just asking
It's in
questions
the
here.
player's handbook. They're wide.
I like how
Who's excited-
when you say at
who's
the
excited
end, it's
for
no
the
nonsense.
live-action Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
I thought they'd already
Never-
done that.
No, they're doing it.
Oh, this is Disney remaking their cartoon. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so Stallion's
So-
other games. That's good, because Stallion seems fun.
I just think it's great that Disney is remaking the film that was the whole thing was like proof that you could make full-length movies with animation, and now they're just turning it into a live-action movie. I think there's something
Deeply perverse.
something
about it.
deeply
Very-
ironic and perverse and
And
stupid.
disappointing.
Yeah. Lionheart, you have children. Do they only want to watch the live action ones because they're real? Like, oh.
They're not real. They're basically computer generated cartoons.
Also that and fucking Barry Jenkins, the director of Best Picture winning film, doing that fucking Mufasa prequel. I hope they paid him well. Because, you know, if I had won an Oscar for Best Picture, I feel like I'd be allowed to pick whatever projects I'd want.
You still need to get paid
Sometimes.
first.
I mean,
Was
sometimes
it the Beauty and the Beast, the movie, the first of those?
Was it the
yeah.
first one? No, it
Cinderella
was.
was before that.
No, I think it was the. I'm blanking. With Angelina Jolie.
Emma Stone was a Cruella de Vil.
I don't know. No, the one with Angelina Jolie. With Sleeping Beauty.
Maleficent.
Maleficent. Yeah, Maleficent was the first
right,
one.
yeah.
God, that
Wasn't
movie's
that-
so bad.
Yeah.
That movie's like, hey, remember Wicked? We just did that. What if the bad guy was good, actually?
But you don't say. Almost like that Maleficent movie, right?
Yeah.
Or that one. Who?
That one,
Who wrote the weird origin story of Cruella de Vil, the lady who wants to skin puppies?
yeah,
Like, who
well,
asked
what if
for
she
that?
was Emma Stone?
I don't care. I don't want to know about that horrible woman.
Yeah, that was a weird.
She wanted to skin puppies to make a coat.
I guess they
Yeah.
did make that 101 Dalmatians movie like years ago.
I mean, that doesn't count. That was the 90s. That was Michael Eisner's fault. And everything I need to know about Michael Eisner, I learned from Defunct Land.
There you go.
Michael Eisner had a plan. He would make Disneyland worse by making it better.
There you go. That's one way to do things.
One of my favorite Defunct Land bits is when they talked about the Garfield tunnel.
It's like, I told you guys I wanted just stories, and
yeah.
I didn't want you to talk about your
didn't want
pony,
explicit details of how you fucked in the Garfield tunnel.
but you sent it to me anyways.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Pawn's room.
Yeah, I know. I missed out on Descendants. Because I'm
Because
in my
you're not
30s.
because you're not a 10-year-old girl.
Because I'm not a 10-year-old girl.
My niece watches that. That's how I know what it is. It looks really bad.
Yeah.
How bad is it?
I don't know. It just looks really bad, like visually.
It looks. I mean, they're made for TV movies. Aimed at 10-year-olds. As opposed to the made-for-TV movies that were aimed at me when I was 10
Oh wait,
years
the
old.
Green Man and the Blacksmith. I need to talk to him, Relkin. Okay, I probably should have remembered that. Hello, Green Man. Oh, it's Mies.
I guess you forgot to say, how much do you want us to, like, spoil or give you recommendations on how to play this game?
You see, I mean, the tag is what? Backseating encouraged?
Yeah, I use the same
Yeah,
tag.
I played this game 3 years ago.
How did you wind up feeling about it?
I would say it's one of the best games we've played for the podcast.
Oh, that's right.
No, I thought we only played the first one.
Yeah, the first one. That's the one he's playing.
But in general, outside of the list of games you
Oh,
played for
that's
the
what I'm
podcast, do you
playing.
think it's pretty good?
I think the first Suikoden is like very sharp as a like it's very much just a SNES RPG with CD audio.
Yeah, that's why I was
mean-
asking earlier if ZP thought whether or not this game could run on a Sega CD.
It has a similar energy, but I think
bet
the
it could.
actual here's the actual dirty secret for why Off the Deep End liked it so much, is because it's like 15 hours long.
Yeah. The real length of the game is if you actually do want to challenge yourself to get everything, but you don't actually need to get everything. to
You
finish the
don't.
game.
But also, you don't. Also, even if you get everything, it's not going to be much more than 20.
That's like a 30-hour game if you get all 108 people. That's like 20 hours. I thought that was like 30 hours. Oh well.
No, it's
I'm
it's
just
a
very
nice,
slow.
brisk game, and it is like a perfect vertical slice of why these sorts of games were good and popular in a very short period of time. And here, yeah, that's our dark secret: is if the video game,
The video game is finishable in an adult amount of time.
if we can finish this in, let's say, about the 3-week gap we have between podcasts, I consider that an accomplishment. And then, and then I finish it in like a week when I'm depressed and just barrel through something.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's how I got through those first 3 Trails games so fast.
Yeah.
You're chief of the dwarves. I come to ask you for a favor. Bobby's a dwarf. He's like an elf asking for a favor? Yeah.
Relka, did you ever get your key for Aiden Chronicles?
I think he did.
I don't remember. He
Yeah,
might
3
have told me somewhere.
I beat Suikoden 3 over the course of a summer after my freshman year of college.
Mhm.
And that game has 3 routes, and you have to go through all 3 before you get to the end of the game. And then if you hate yourself, you could also do Thomas's story. Don't do Thomas's story. Unless you want to get all 108 characters, because Thomas's story sucks.
How long are 4 and 5?
I think they're in the 30 to 40 range. I mean, Suikoden 4 is just slow as fuck,
No.
which is part of the reason why I never got very far into it. It's just it has a very lackadaisical pace and a very aggressive random encounter rate.
Hmm.
Like every 10 steps bad.
It builds character. And yes, Orelkin,
Yeah.
I also am always tempted to do everything. It's just what I usually give up at some point.
I'm tempted to do everything for the first 10 hours of every video game I play.
Yeah, and then I realized that's even when I replayed Wrath of the Righteous this year, I still didn't do Nenio's quest.
That's because that fucking game is like 3,000 hours long.
No, that game is literally 120 hours long.
I know.
Longer with the DLC, also.
Is Rogue Trader shorter?
It seems like Rogue Trader is shorter. I mean, it seems like it's still pretty long.
Yeah. I mean, I
But,
expect it to be at least 80 hours. Is Rogue Trader's kingdom management equivalent
It's way
invasive?
less irritating.
Great.
Because you're basically just managing your trading empire, and a lot of that is done like passively.
Oh no, Relkin, no, WBK says he beat Aiden Chronicle and doesn't like it.
So friend of the show, Goblin, she seemed kind of on it, and I think some of that apparently just came down to like the tone.
That's disappointing.
But you know, I've heard from other people that it's good.
I suspect you won't know until you actually play it.
Yeah,
No one knows.
I'll play that game eventually when I played.
It's
you
a
know,
robot. It's a death
Suikoden
machine.
4 and
death
5 and
machine.
Tactics. Just I have an idea for a feature I'm doing next year.
Do you have an idea for a death machine?
Okay, it's called Arbitrary Water Strategic Hell,
Uh-huh.
and it's just me playing very difficult strategy games or strategy games on high difficulties, and just seeing how long I can go before I get mad.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Can you
okay.
get those APMs up?
Yeah, so first you're playing the old XCOM games.
Oh, boy.
I mean, there's video footage of me playing those old XCOM games.
On the
I
highest
do not do
difficulty.
very well.
Hmm.
Yeah, Vandal Hearts 2, the Close Combat series.
Hey, I like the close combat games.
Yeah, but those games are hard, man.
Yeah.
What would you say is the most difficult RPG/tactics game of this era? Of Suikoden's era?
Of this era?
Yeah.
Gracia 776, checkmate,
Oh.
motherfucker.
Fair enough.
That horned rat
Okay.
game, right?
Oh yeah, and Warhammer Shadow of the Horned Rat.
They actually called the game that?
Is
Yeah, oh,
Thracia,
yeah.
like, I know Thracia is generally considered hard, but I didn't know it was considered like.
Oh,
it's
that game's a
definitive,
motherfucker.
difficult.
Yeah,
That
game's
game
absolutely
is
screwed
very
me
much
the
a,
answer.
if you did not look at a guide, good fucking luck.
Yeah.
In certain maps are just designed to trip you up in like kind of malicious ways, because Shozo Kaga was a hateful man.
It's not
When
even
did
that
he-
like
When did he go make Terror Ring Saga?
01 was Tear Ring Saga, so he left Intelligent Systems to form Tirananog, I believe right after Thracia was finished.
All right, so WWK, everything's fine with the guide. It's the problem.
Yeah. Especially strategy games. Like, part of the fun is figuring them out.
Yeah, listen, I have no regrets for using save states to recruit Xavier. The actual regret was just recruiting Xavier, because he's not actually a very good unit.
no, yeah. Surprise, surprise. The
And
hardest
guess what? Armor
unit.
Knights aren't very good in Fire Emblem. There are
Well, what
like 3 good Armor Knights in that entire series.
What is the safest bet in Fire Emblem classes?
Paladin.
Okay, paladins and
Wyvern Riders.
yeah, specific types of mounted units.
Like,
in my
Thracia is
experience-
actually the weird exception where, because of the weird, like, indoors fighting thing they do, your mounted units are less useful for half of the maps in the game.
In my experience, and granted I have far less Fire Emblem experience than y'all, flying units are not great when it comes to archers, and I
Yeah,
feel
you
like
just don't fly them in the range of archers.
I feel like getting them near archers, I don't know, I feel like that limits their usefulness a lot.
What if, okay, but hear me out.
What if you kill the archers
kill
first?
the
I know.
archers?
Yeah, it's still like you gotta be a little more careful. Also, I might be biased because the last one I played was Shadows. The last one I played was Shadows of Valencia, where archers are stupidly overpowered.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's... It's very
Like-
funny because your archers are terrible.
In Shadows of Valencia,
But yeah, well, yeah, in
No.
Shadows of Valencia, archers are good.
yeah, it's very good. I don't remember much of Awakening or
I mean, Awakening, everyone's good.
Fates. Do you-
Awakening, you can do whatever you want. Yeah, and like the mercenary equivalent for
Yeah.
most, like, well-balanced sword man.
Yeah, I bought Engage. I need to actually play it.
One might call it the best Fire Emblem game, best playing Fire Emblem game at least,
The best playing Fire Emblem game.
of the last 10 years.
Because it's also extraordinarily stupid.
Yeah, no, they very intentionally leaned into fucking, like, instead of being like, we're serious JRPG with serious characters.
Yeah, I did play some of it, and it definitely came across as like, here is like the most
Saturday morning
straightforward,
cartoon.
goofy, cartoonish Fire Emblem
Yeah.
story we've done,
Yeah, and Marth
which is totally fine with me.
What if you summoned Marth like a stand?
That's fine. That's good. I don't need my Fire Emblem games to be terribly serious. I never thought they had particularly great writing anyway.
Yeah, like, you know, I've said before that I think Three Houses deserves a lot of credit for having some self-respect after Fates,
Uh-huh.
I mean,
which is a game with no self-respect.
No.
Sometimes you just gotta go into the mud.
Sometimes you
Sometimes
just have
need
to
to make anime
uh,
slop because that's what you think your audience wants.
Yeah, sometimes sometimes to pay the bills, you just need to do some incestuous face touching, right?
It's okay
that's
because none of them are related by blood, even the siblings who are supposed to be related to you by blood.
Fate seems like the kitchen sink Fire Emblem game, and it turned out very poorly because of it.
Hey, 1/3 of that game has good maps.
The gameplay is fine, I guess.
Yeah. And then, you know, and then there's the other 2/3 of that game. Not enough attention gets put on how bad Revelations maps are.
Because
But of course,
so
I
few
guess
people
now you
played it.
can't actually. The weird thing is now you can't. If you don't own
I mean, there are ways to play it.
the three,
Yeah.
I mean, yes, there are ways, but legally, in a black box environment, there is no legal way to get that now unless you want to pay way too much for the 3-in-1 cart that I have.
Oh, wait,
I got
so they
that
can fit
collector's
all
edition
3-in-1.
of Fates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was never a technical issue. It was always we want to sell 3 different games.
Yeah, it was, what if we did a Pokemon and we sold 2 different games and then sold a secret third game?
Ah, those fuckers.
Yeah, that's a pain in the ass.
And also the secret third game plays like a bad ROM hack.
Well,
But
isn't
it's
that because
also-
it is a bad ROM hack?
Yeah.
No.
No, it's like it's trying to be like the golden route, where it's like, okay, here's where you find out who the true mastermind is. It's an evil dragon, by the way. Surprise.
Son of a bitch.
Surprise.
They did
I
it
know, in a
again.
Fire Emblem game, an evil dragon.
Those dragons are always doing no good.
Yeah.
Specifically
Hard
the
to
evil
believe.
ones.
But yeah, the maps in that game, that one are like, if you like annoying, gimmicky maps. And also, like, the other fun part about Revelation is, despite being the one that gives you all of the characters, you have way fewer deployment slots compared to the other two. And so you're just going to bring your royal siblings because they're the ones with the overpowered weapons. Oh yeah, and the baby dimension. Can't forget the baby dimension.
That was real dumb.
What
We
what
need
is
to do
Baby
the
Dimension?
awakening. Okay, so
Oh.
have you played Awakening?
No.
Okay,
Okay,
so in
so-
Fire Emblem Awakening, there's time travel shenanigans where your
Sure.
kids from the future are coming back in time to save you, basically.
Oh, Awakening. I thought you were talking about Fates. I have
then in
played some
Fates-
Awakening, yes.
In
Okay.
Fates, they still wanted to have kid units, but they didn't have
Yeah.
a story justification for it.
Uh-huh.
So instead, it's just here's a parallel world where we put all the children
Yeah.
because
All your characters send their kids to this alternate dimension where they
hyperbolic
grow
time
up.
chamber.
Yeah, it's a hyperbolic time chamber / nursery. and then like you have your character's mate, and then
So everyone's
they
a
have a
deadbeat
kid.
parent.
Yeah,
yeah.
it's quite
It's-
bad. It's
they,
very
they wanted
ridiculous.
they wanted their cake and eat it too.
Which is why, once again, why Three Houses having some level of self-respect was a refreshing.
I don't even want to say that. It's Three Houses knew exactly what it wanted to be, and it did that as well as it could.
I mean, it's Game of Thrones for weebs.
It also like it's very easy. I didn't find that game's gameplay very fun.
It's not hard at all.
Like I played it on hard, and I was like, I had to keep checking.
Yeah, no. If you do even like a modicum of optimization,
So do you reckon that comes from them not wanting to mess up people who
aren't weird
pay
freaks?
who didn't pay much attention to the class stuff? And not classes in like your characters frequently have to go to a class and learn something.
All right, actually, WBK, in terms of writing, Three Houses is better than Cold Steel. That's saying very little, but I'm just gonna stop you there.
I feel like everything I've seen of Cold Steel has just been like it sounds promising, and then
it's like, congratulations, you've fallen down every 2010s anime trope.
no, not even that. Just where it leads seems deeply frustrating.
Oh yeah, no, it sure does seem that way based on what I saw.
Anyway.
Can't wait for you to get to Cold Steel 2.
Oh, yes, I've heard great things about Cold Steel 2. I'm looking forward to it.
What if I told you that in Cold Steel 2, if you would like to see credits, you have to complete the equivalent of the post-game dungeon?
Oh, fun.
So, like, you beat the game, and then it's like, hey dog, what if you did another dungeon? And instead of making this like an optional New Game Plus thing, no, it's just the thing you do at the end, is you do the optional post-game
for
dungeon.
real.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to use skill to beat the game.
But no, all I was saying about Three Houses is, do you reckon it's so much easier because they have to account for people who aren't optimizing the persona shit?
I mean, because they want normies to play it.
Yeah, they want the humans to play it, is the answer.
The game refuses to commit to anything.
Yeah, it's anime.
I don't know about that. It commits to the persona shit.
No, I mean like the political philosophy of everything going on. Yeah, it's anime. It's shonen. It of course doesn't commit to anything.
Yeah, show me an anime that commits to something, and I'll show you an anime that came out 30 years ago.
Okay.
That's gonna be my new.
Which, speaking of which, if you've got recommendations, drop a Yelp.
Yeah.
So hey, everyone. Fiddle dee, diddle dee, piddle dee doo.
What did you call me?
Okay. I thought we had left the slurs conversation behind.
Oh yeah, no. Attack on Titan commits to
It commits to fascism.
ethnic cleansing. Not a joke.
Boy, have you looked up what's happening to Attack on Titan like right now, the current arc? Like,
no, Attack on Titan's done. It's been done for 5 years.
No.
Yeah.
I meant like, did you read what ended up happening to that show, like, or that manga, like, in its very final story arc?
Yes.
Yes.
It's incredible.
Yeah, no, that's why it going like full mask off, but also maybe not fully mask off, but also hey, guess what?
Not to, I guess, can I just spoil one little thing?
Thanks for doing a genocide for us, Aaron.
Yeah, they did a genocide, but then they kept telling the story after they killed all the Titans.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's an entire story arc where there are no Titans.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, it's and
All right, and
Are you
that's
sure?
when the
Also,
anti-spiral
the
shows
edgelords
up,
hate
right?
it because the manga is willing to say like Eren is a pathetic incel loser, but also it's like, hey man,
I thought that was
I
just
did
obvious.
a genocide.
I mean, also, chat to WK, Ray Sorcher goes to war crimes school. Of course he commits war crimes. Come on.
Yeah, he works for the Empire in an anime.
So does the manga like paint Eren Yeager as a bad guy, or?
It very much paints him as being pathetic.
You see, I thought
At the
that
end.
from what I'd seen of the anime, I thought that was just implied.
Yeah. But, you know, it's one of those things where, like, chuds who are like, yeah, he's so cool because he wants to do murder.
Okay.
Like there are some really cool reveals
Yeah.
in the last like arc, like notably stuff that the guy's been or the author has been hiding in the background for like all these fucking years, and you're like, wait a minute, what?
What the hell is this guy?
But other than that, like it's just fucking weird how it ends. This guy's what are you talking about? This guy's
I mean,
cool.
I only saw the first like 3 seasons, and I remember enjoying it. But by the end of that 3rd season, like Eren had done nothing but whine for that entire season, and I was
Yeah.
like, I don't care anymore. They actually built up a different character in that season. I forget who it was. It was a
It's
female.
the princess lady.
Yeah, and I was like, she seems cool. Focus on her, and then it didn't. Anyway,
Yeah, but I think
I might go back and watch the rest of it someday. People like it,
I try and
but
think
also I
of,
don't watch much anime these days, so.
it's okay. I have an anime
It
podcast
is not-
and I still don't watch anime.
It is not a happy story.
I didn't
I
expect
just-
Attack on Titan to be a happy story.
The last anime I watched in completion that was not, let's say, a 3-episode OVA of very questionable quality was Ergo Proxy. And once again, I subbed to Crunchyroll again, and I
No.
have barely fucking touched it. Oh, and Berserk.
The last anime I like watched all the way through is still Rebuild.
We watched all the Garza's win.
I get sure, but again, not
Darcy's
counting
Wing
Darcy's
isn't an
Wing.
anime. It's a way of life.
Yep.
Hey, those Rebuild movies are real good. They're the thing that made me retro.
Hey,
Chilling.
Borg, how do you think
Yep.
this guy shits? Which side do you think shits?
That's
Magical beings don't shit. Next question.
Yeah, there you go.
The turban is covering his butthole.
Yeah, pretty much.
So his butthole's on his belly button?
Probably.
No, it's on the other side. They just like the two halves like hug, and then, you know.
Yeah, it's like how you're supposed to squat. Anyway.
Exactly like that.
Yeah.
So where's his penis?
Doesn't have one.
I mean, what do you think?
Asexual
What do you think that
reproduction.
demon is? Relk gonna give the auto mod. Sure.
What do we say?
Something about buttholes.
Oh,
Oh, no one, the Autobot doesn't like buttholes.
the Automod is not an ass man.
No, apparently not.
I really did
Anyway,
like this episode.
13 viewers just heard me say that.
Are you proud of yourself?
Yeah, I'm happy to be sitting here, making awful jokes that I'm going to regret later.
Booty.
You see, ZP is an ass man.
Well, yes, that we all know.
One of my highest rated Steam reviews is just me making jokes about X-Blades. Where I'm just like, hey, you know, there's a lot of booty in this game, but did you know this game is booty?
Mm-hmm.
And for whatever reason, that's one of my highest rated Steam reviews.
Oh, there goes the boss fight.
The other one is
Oh, that heal went through anyway. Weird.
is my, for whatever reason, my Hrot review, where I call it the worker and parasite of boomer shooters.
Rot's real good. I didn't think I'd like Rot, and then I played through it, and I was like, this is real fucking
and
good.
then I said, get to episode 2, and things get weird.
Yeah, like, I think episode 1 is oddly the weakest episode of that game. And then 2 and 3 just get weird and funny in a really understated way.
Wait, what are we talking about? I was away for a bit.
Rot. The first-person
Czech-
shooter.
The Czech boomer shooter.
Soviet era boomer shooter nonsense. It's very good.
I love that there are multiple video games that are about being a person growing up in Soviet era Czechoslovakia and having a bad time. It's almost like being part of the Warsaw Pact wasn't so great.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So
here's a bit of
wait,
Rot
no,
sense of
hold on,
humor.
Brayden. You can get your stream started.
Okay.
Okay, so here's a bit of Herat's sense of humor. At the end of every episode, it gives you a recipe for some kind of like very common Soviet era food, and it's just, that doesn't sound funny, but it's just a very funny thing to put in, considering the type of game and the tone of that game in general. You should play it. Rot's real good.
And
You should also
then,
play Cultic while you're at it.
and then he made a remake of a Czech Dune 2 clone and called it Shrot.
Great.
So if you want, like, I think it's great that he's clearly working out some stuff.
All right, so I think I'm done for the night with this.
Cool.
Okay. I've
did you have
started
fun?
my stream.
What have you learned
Okay.
today,
What I
Portmaster?
learned today that elves and dwarves are racist and they suck.
That's
Mhm.
true.
Kobolds are just puppies.
How do you
Yeah.
feel about Carlos Sainz's chances on Williams?
He'll be there for a few years.
Yeah.
He's gonna have to drive a tractor.
I mean, yeah. He knows what he's signing up for.
Okay.
All right, sending the raid over. Thanks everyone for watching. To
Thanks,
remember
everyone, for watching.
that content warning. The next stream has Other M.
This looks like something. This doesn't
Yeah.
look like Other M.
Oh, it's not Other
What are
M.
you talking about? I'm playing Metroid Other M and definitely wasn't in the middle of something when he said I could start my stream.
Oh, whoopsie.
This looks very different. What is this actually?
Is this like a better game?
So hey, you know Vampire Survivors?
No.
Uh-huh.
What if that, but it was with your lovable space dwarves from Deep Rock Galactic?
Oh, that's right. They made
Oh,
one of
okay.
those. How do you feel about